How do I stop my camera? Huh. Okay, let me check in my phone. कैसे दिख रहा है? Okay. क्या बेकार लग रहा है? क्या बेकार लग रहा है? क्या करें? फेस कैसे करना है हाइड? All stars closer, all stars closer. Okay. So क्या है हमारा स्कोप क्या था? 3.2b 3.2b. Okay. Design the exact migration from science and restore to composition root background digital execute. Okay. 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 So this is the audit. Let us check the audit. Instead of we checking manually, let's do Rio check that. Okay. Just go to the VS Code and search that restore rewind migration audit 3.3b. Okay, now let's go to here, attach it, and so just copy the cursor message here. Now see the magic. थोड़ा इसको और नहीं सकता है दूर, मेरे से कल ही ना देखें. Let's do Rio check that. Okay, let's go to the VS Code and search that store rewind migration audit 3.3b. Okay, now let's go to there, attach it, and let's Rio check that. Okay, let's go to the VS Code and search that and search that and search that. चलो चल तो रही थोड़ी थोड़ी. Okay. Look, this is exactly what kind of execution registry is not the authority. Execution registry is not the authority. Execution dot engine equals to authority. That's important. Okay. So it will not create new execution engine. Solutions restore execution custom new execution engine, new governance manager after. Okay, first ये था वो after restore it will create an execution, but now restore execution engine execute engines to okay, it will auto restore. Okay, so my Rio is asking me to do one more audit before we start implementing the further code. Okay, so let's check what's its need, and so it's asking, does any code path still assume restore execution return a newly created engine? So okay, still we have it audited, but still it wants to clarify that if any path exists, that in future we don't want this problem to likely exit. Okay, so this is our next set of instructions for the cursor. Phase 3.3b, store contract audit. Audit only, no code change. Verify that replacing new engine will target engine restore does not break any color assumption. Okay, verify that replacing new engine restore with the target engine restore does not break any color assumption. Question return contract. Enumerate every color of restore execution engine resumption. For each caller, determine does it use returned engine, does it compare identity, does it assume fresh instance. Okay. State assumptions. List all failed installed by the execution engine that will not be installed in the store. For each fail, this fail must survive. Store must be reset. It limit carry safety. After target engine goes to NUR, target engine store group no state mission A state can leak into B. So earlier we are having problem like when we ran a prompt or uh, a series of tests. So missions are getting overlapped. So that's why our planning was getting failed. So to improve that, we're having this much of refactoring of code. Okay. Mhm. Okay, let's check this audits. There are some still fragments which are being left. We just want to clear that thing. Okay, so let's give cursor the exact surgical instructions so it will not hallucinate. Otherwise, if you do not provide the exact context what we need to do, it will invent its own thing. So that's that's the problem with modern or maybe with any IDE tools, like they try to invent themselves which you don't even have idea about. They change code in a way that in the future it will lead to a problem or maybe a architectural drift. So we just want to make sure like every action we are uh, performing or assuming it's same uh, as a revision, because right now we cannot just manually dig the whole code, right? It will take months of time just to even audit this code base. It will to, I mean, check this code base. No, this code has so much of files, so much of data that I cannot even tell you about. It's like it's more than 1.5, close to 2 years of continuous work on a project that is irrelevant to the world right now, but for me it is very important because I'm building something which I think could be maybe a better workflow for myself only, not for the others, but for my. Actually, I have exposed all my file, no problem. I'm planning to open source it anyway, but I'm just showing you like if you manually edit or try to debug anything here, do you think it is humanly possible for a solo developer or a solo coder to just debug this amount of code with this precision which we asking cursor to do. I'm not sure if any like maybe I'm not a tester, I'm not a hardcore analyst, I'm just a maybe a vibe coder right now. So you can see that how much features we have already built and what we are going to build. है ना? So this is the Rio code which we are controlling again. So na, this is the thing. So section is very huge. If you see the documentation, na, you will be shocked that how many documentation we are making constantly because every time this context fill na, there is a problem like every new agent of cursor will have no memories or no identity what he is building, and he tries to invent his own thing. So to keep any agent or any human interact, so we are building this documentation line by line, so we know what we are doing and the agent also know what they are supposed to do. So that's how the modern agenting workflow looks like for a solo developer. So if a solo, you need to keep track of your data, otherwise you will lose everything you have built, है ना? Okay, so let's now audit the 3.2b thing, then check how close we are to our goal. Just copy this, paste it, and check where are the deliverables it delivered. So it's in restore contract audit. Okay, so just go to file, restore contract audit. Okay, now go to chat gpt, attach the file. Let's verify one more time. Yeah, this is the file, and now let's Rio do its work. I have configured this agent, so it will read the file, read the output, and just sticks with our vision which we have started with. So actually, this agent or this Rio agent for in this chat GPT, I'm using about 4 2 and maybe 3 years. So whole Rio project was built upon ChatGPT only, and later we extended into our own domain like using Cursor for AI development. So right now, yeah, Rio can talk, can use tool, can do whatever a normal agent can do. So it can even build your sign up page. Yeah, we did yesterday. We built a sign up page just by prompting only. But that is not the goal. The main goal is how it sees your request as a mission. I'm not building a coding agent, not building a open claw, not building anything like that. I'm just building a architecture for my agent where it knows what to do, how to do, and if not, then ask user how to do it. So right now we are doing through our intent router, mission manager, verification manager, and execution engine. So it's kind of work like that. If you if you if you say na like a chatbot, a simple chatbot, okay. If you give a prompt, it's check what user wants to do and call its own set of tools and perform the activities. Huh? So that's how a simple or maybe a modern agent works. So, but I need pers- persistent agent which will take my input as a literal goal. Okay, as a goal. So until that goal is not verified, he will not drop its work. He will keep it in memory. He will keep it in he or she or maybe it will keep it in memory or it will keep it in somewhere something else. So whenever I come back, I open that mission or maybe a goal. Suppose I have appointment for 17th of June. Okay, so I have given a mission like prep me for that appointment, like maybe an interview or maybe a something. So it have a mission. So it I want something like that. It can recall that mission, start working from there for me. So whenever we stop, it is just not lost its memory and lost the work. It should keep track of that. It should be able to resume that. It should able be to complete that. If not completed, let's make a note of it and keep it in a folder or maybe in a memory file. That was the goal. Okay. The goal is so complicated that we have to reinvent some things which not exist, or maybe we're not able to get our hands on. So we need to implement or invent some to maybe patterns which really do not exist in current available in marketplace or maybe in code base. We have to dig it something up. Okay, na? Okay, so you have look at the goal. Excellence is the kind of audit where I stop asking question and start implementation. The audit closed every risk I was worried about. Okay, what was proven? Restore execution engine. Okay, just let me grab some Vaseline and put it here so camera is not visible. Issue is that I don't know how to use OBS and I just directly stream through YouTube for the first time, and I don't want my camera to open, so I don't know how to close it. So I'm just taping a black tape over it so I can now talk freely. Ha ha ha. Welcome back to Anonymous. Okay. So what was proven? Restore execution engine, no return value consumer, no identity consumers, no first instance. That removes biggest migration risk. Okay. Okay, so when it is stored, state replacement, not dependency replacement, which is the correct architecture. So actually, people say, yeah, I said to myself that why I'm trusting that agent so much, because we are building that agent only now. I mean, I'm not working for like for a startup, for a company, for a project. Right now, I'm just building as for my own, like, your own tool, your own workflow. Like, you can use several other tools. Like, there are so many tools which can achieve similar kind of things which we you want in your workflow. But every time you use a tool, there is, what if this tool have this, what if tool have this, what if this tool has this feature. So that's the main part. I want to build myself a tool which I can modify or I can use it in my own way. And that is the point. And why I'm trusting Rio, because he's smart. Look, he's 5.5 flagship model. He must be smarter than I am. I can only guide it the vision. Without my vision, it cannot perform, right? If I do not give it structure and workflow, the idea, the concept, the test features or whatever I can provide to him, without me, it cannot work. But me, it's the brain right now. I can just play around with that. So he's much more smarter, much more capable than any human coder you will be ever find. Maybe it's in specialized, but in general coding, it's better. Okay, so it verified that there is no leak. Okay, now implementation fades. Okay, so let's copy the implementation. Let's check what we are implementing. Execution is okay, 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 okay. So right now, you see, we are not randomly putting any ideas to cursor. Like cursor is very good for coding, but for idea, it's try to invent something which we don't intend in start. Actually, I'm vibe coding for many uh, maybe many not years, but many hours. You can say it will not qualify as years, but it will qualify as hours. I've been working vibe coding, implementing these AI things for maybe more than Badri, how much hours, but it's too much. So I know cursor fails in instruction, so we need to give it exactly thing which we need to do. Okay, so see this. The quality of this instruction is A1, top notch. Nothing will go out of everything we have included. Like what to do, what is your scope, what are your tests, how will consider the pass. So no, the cursor will not try to reach far beyond our boundary, and we have a control over our coding agent. So because you can check with your you can chat with any agent, any idea, but when it comes to execution, you need a certain scope. Like inside the scope only work, do not touch anything else other than that what is provided. So it in this way you can use any coding agent efficiently, huh? Okay, see, first we audit, then we implement. So there will be no drama baji. So let's meanwhile I show you the UI. Have I showed you? Let me show the UI of the Rio. So this is the current UI. Okay, I will not chat with it right now because some works are being done, but I can show you the history right now. So we started with the let's check Snake 2. So how did it perform there? So initially I asked him to create a test folder inside the Snake 2 game or whatever it is. So within few seconds or I guess it made it a. So now I have asked him to again made it, and then it made a plan and did something. So that is our initial run. It also made an Amazon page. If I show you right now, I don't want to go, but let's see. Let's fetch the report. I'm building this very fast now. 3.3b. Attach it here and fetch it the response because I don't have time to manually review anything. I trust my agent and I have developed it so very well. So it can read the audit, check the implementation better than me. So if you see the scale of the application, na, this is not some prototype app, right? This is not a prototype app. This is the full scale application you will see on any production application, right? So it's in development right now. So I'm planning to give it to open source, but I haven't find any people who are interested or maybe something like that. So I'm trying to go open with this video only. If like-minded people can see, maybe approach me through comments. I will share my communication channels. Then we can think about it. We can start working together on it. It's a cool project. So if somebody looking to get hands-on AI development with your AI agents, your own AI agents that you created from scratch, not you but me, you will be a contributor. If I see you as a fit, if you can give some ideas, okay. Hmm. Now come interesting part, UI. Yes, because UI gives you visibility, right? Whatever we are doing here, it should have to reflect here, right? Should have to reflect here. Every code, every format, every this thing, you have to get it right. How you want to see, how, what. So UI is the least focused part from the start. So from 2 to 3 days, we have built this UI. You can see it's quite good. So current AI provider is Gemini, so no problem. So you can export your chat as in JSON to test it for your agents, or you can directly pull a MD if in the future tool is ready and you have some important conversations with your agent, which you want to preserve not in history but maybe in some markdown format. Maybe you have generation history in that chat which you want to keep it for the newer agents which can consume that chat. Nah, that kind of thing we have. We also have a new feature. This UI is done in 2 to 3 days using cursor and Rio only. So UI still I like. So I'm looking for a UI designer. So any of, if this video reaches to anyone who is interested in designing the UI of Rio, I will add you as a contributor. Please reach out to me. I'm open to contribute with anyone who is interested in working with me. I How do we contribute? Okay, you ping me, we get connected, we will see who are you. You see, I see some of your work in UI. I need a UI developer right now who can side by side continuously develop my UI as well as I'm developing the backend of Rio. So we need a sync. So anyone who has a whiteboarding or any experience with the front end designing or maybe implementation, you can just comment down your Instagram. I will ping you there. Okay. So let's go to cursor. Hide it. Don't need that. Expand it. Okay, so let's see what kind of design we have. See what we are trying to create. We're trying to create this. So we already have some patches of it in our system, but we need to get. Console design. Is that log? Where did you put that? Let's check it. Why did because I put the audit? Mission console. Okay, mission console. Mission console. Mission console design audit. Yep. Attached. Attached. Go to here and just copy paste. Let's check what you think about the design. Yes. Now, after some time, we can finally see some UI work. Okay, let's do till we get our first UI, right? And we can close this live. I try to be regular, try to commit, see if this video can reach to people who are into something. Actually, I want to show you something right now. This branch I have created now. So I'm also into cybersecurity and ethical hacking as of now. So why do I create Rio? Because now it can just plug in my Xeno agent, which can perform recon, and can perform JSON hunt. I used this agent in my own website and found there was a JSON bundle leak, which exposed whole of my backend code and into that bundle. From that, I could get into my APIs, which I intended not to see by any normal people, but it was visible there. So, and also admin bug was leaked just by checking with this Xeno agent. So that's how I'm intending to use Rio. You can use Rio for any kind of work, right? You can. I'm just building an architecture for agent to sit on and do their work as asked by the user. So that is the goal. That is the plan. Right now, there is no agent which can do that. So with Xeno agent, I performed a recon test and map hunt. There are many tools which I have used. I cannot show you in public right now this tool, but it's in the arsenal. If I can show you the preview now, just read something. I cannot tell you what it is, but I can definitely later if I make it Better I can show in public, right? Mhm. 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 Finally, something with UI is changing. Let's open new chat. Let's try to refresh. If we see any updates in the UI, let's wait now. We also do a very UI work here also. Like I will show you how I do my UI work. And if you have some good workflow developing a fast-paced UI, please come to me. I need your help. I'm definitely out of manpower. I need some manpower with AI power. Right. Okay. So now it is building. Let's see what this thing. Earlier we can read thoughts, right? Now they have hidden the thought past. All required file. On domain like using cursor. In this way, you can use any coding agent efficiently. Okay, I figured out that my screen share was not working. Why? Uh-huh. Something happened with the live recording. I think I have to stop it. Okay, there is a problem with the how to. Now I get it. How to remove portrait filter. So it was right here at the time when I. Okay. But how do I stop this video? Yeah, where is that Google stance? Okay, here it is. Close. Why my stream is not showing my screen and only showing me? Okay, no problem. Bye bye.